Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another chatty get ready with me. You guys actually enjoyed the previous one, which I think it went up yesterday or like this past week itself. But I had taken a break from doing chatty get ready with me for a while, and then I was chatting with one of you and you said how much you miss these videos. And to be very honest, I miss talking to you guys as well, because I feel like in my regular videos I can't chat as much about like my unfiltered thoughts and opinions on certain things, whereas in these videos like there is no boundary. I can absolutely do that without like thinking, okay, what should I say, and like what is the restriction in terms of the topics, etc. So I just love making these videos. So I did do one not that long ago in which I spoke more about my personal life and things that you might not know so much about. In today's video, we're going to do more of a beauty related chat, which I'm very excited about because I want to know you guys' thoughts as well in terms of these things. So please sound off in the comments, and like as we keep going over topics, I would love if you can like mention your thoughts on every single one of these topics, because there are going to be multiple topics. And without any further ado, let's jump into it. I'm going to be doing my makeup simultaneously, but of course I will not be talking about the makeup as much as I will be talking about the topics that we have. And yes, I do have a little bit of a cold, which you can probably hear. It is quite annoying. It's been on and off for the past couple of days, and we're just going to roll with it. So yes, if that is bothersome, I'm really sorry, but I will be filming a couple of videos today, so you will be hearing this probably in all the videos. Hopefully not, but let's see. Anyways, let's jump into it and let's get started. The first thing that I want to talk about is kind of how I feel about beauty launches, but also how I feel about just beauty consumption in general. I'm talking about skincare majority, but I feel like the same also does apply to makeup and hair care, perfume, etc. a little bit. I feel like I haven't spoken about, or maybe I have. I think about perfume I have told you guys that I'm going through a little bit of a low phase when it comes to like trying out new scents. Even like when I went on my US trip recently, I found a lot of fragrances. I actually found more than I ended up buying and more than I thought I would buy. So I did find quite a few fragrances, but I didn't even try out as much, to be honest, because I want to have a more curated, like smaller collection in terms of that. And even over here in India, I feel like I don't go perfume shopping, or I don't buy as much perfume as I used to buy maybe like a year or two ago. Like a year or two ago, I feel like I was at the height of my perfume, I wouldn't say obsession, because I was not crazy trying out a lot of I was not buying as much new perfume, but I was trying out a lot of perfume. Like if you saw all my discovery set videos, if you saw how many decants I was buying, I was truly testing out and buying a lot of it was for content's sake. A lot of it was for just because I wanted to try out new stuff. Like that is the thing that I have noticed with myself, is that I'm never making purchases just for content. I feel like that is maybe 2% of the purchases that I make is just purely for content, but 98% is definitely stuff that I want to buy. And then I decided, okay, since I'm buying these things, let's make content out of it. That is genuinely and truly how it goes. So anyways, coming back, perfume, I feel like I am also on a little bit of a low with. But a couple of days ago, I actually went to Zudio, and there's a new Zudio opened close to my office. It's like barely a week or 10 days old. Like that store is not that old, that specific location. So I went there with some of my colleagues slash friends, and I actually discovered a lot of really amazing perfumes, and all super affordable. And I had sprayed them on my arm, and once I came back, I didn't end up buying anything that day apart from just like cotton pads and stuff. But when I came back to office, I was smelling my arm the entire time, and I was like, wow, this is a really addictive scent. Now I had sprayed a couple of different scents, so again I will probably do more in-depth reviews on these, maybe on shorts or on long form content when I end up buying them. I'm not biting the bullet immediately because I have to think about how Zudio's cycle works. Like, their turnaround on their collections and the products is pretty fast. So if they discontinue something eventually, I'm not going to be able to buy it again, but B, if I'm creating content about it and you guys are not going to be able to buy it, then what is the point, right? So that is one thing. But then the other thing that I'm thinking about is that I have a specific set, and earlier, I think like last week or before that, when I was going through all of my stuff and like my skincare collection, my, like whenever I store my perfume, skincare, makeup, all of that stuff, I was like, okay, this is like a, I would say, container or like basket in which I kept all my perfume, and the what do you say, the capacity on that one is basically at 100%, and I still have a few more fragrances which were not fitting inside it. So for me, my goal is for everything to eventually fit inside that. Like, my entire collection should fit in that one basket. That's basically like how I kind of measure whether my collection is overboard, or is it in control, or is it you know, smaller than what it can be, and then maybe I can eventually expand from there. So that's how I think when it comes to how many perfumes I can own potentially. So I want to spend this winter season basically using up some fragrances, finishing some which maybe I have like half bottles and I can eventually get rid of those. Some of those are in fact Zudio fragrances that I bought last year. So yes, all that stuff is going to be happening, and then once I feel like I have used up a decent amount and I have basically empty spaces in that basket, then I will tell myself that okay, you're doing a good job in terms of keeping your collection small, so now you can actually go ahead and buy more if you want to. So that's how I'm thinking about right now. I don't know how it's going to go, because one of the fragrances I am actually quite obsessed with. My friend also loved that fragrance and she bought it immediately. I was like, you know what, I don't want to buy it immediately. I want to think over it, and if it is something that I you know, spend some time thinking about, and then I'm like, okay, I just want to make sure that I definitely want it, not just something that I'm buying like in the moment wo हम excite होके impulse buy कर लेते हैं. So I don't want to you know, impulse buy it, but yes, that is kind of the perfume side of it. Coming to skincare, because that is what I really wanted to talk about. ये वाली story तो बातों बातों में मैंने आपको बता दी about you know, Zudio and about fragrances, but I really want to talk about skincare with you guys, and this is where I want to know your thoughts. So please sound off in the comments. How do you feel about skincare these days? In terms of launches, in terms of what is coming out, I personally feel like everything is quite similar to each other, which is why when people you know, create this hype around a certain launch, I'm like, इसमें hype करने की क्या बात है? Because we already have like 5 other products in the market which are the exact same. So it's like, why is this specific launch getting so much attention? And I've also noticed, I'm sure most of you are already aware about this, especially if you keep up with like new launches, and if you see how people, when I say people, I mean brands and their social media teams, the way they you know, create hype around a certain launch, and the way they market it on social media, it is very like, it goes in phases basically. So when a product is new, it is hyped for a certain amount of time, and once something new comes up, then the older product is like, it's not spoken about anymore, and then there is a new product that comes out. I know most of you might already know this, and you're like, okay, why are you telling us this? We know this already. And because of this exact reason, I feel like if you are deciding whether you should buy something or not, like a newer product in the market which is launched, which you may be excited in, I feel like a lot of times we think we should buy it because it is new, we see it everywhere, we see everyone talking about it, and that's why we think we should buy it. But if you wait for that hype phase which the brand is created around that product, if you wait for that hype phase to die down and then eventually you think about it, you will notice that there will be a similar product. Like, let me give you an example to make more sense. For example, a sunscreen comes out in the market and everyone is hyping it, everyone is talking about it, but instead of buying it like within the first month or 2 months of it launching, if you wait for like maybe I would say 3 to 4 months, maybe even 6 months, tab tak wo product technically it'll become old, okay? And then after it becomes old, see how many people are still talking about it. And I don't care if people are talking about it or not. I feel like that should not be the measure how you decide what to buy and what not to buy. But after like 5 to 6 months when after the product is launched, when people stop talking about it, think about it then, if you still want to try out this product or not, from the perspective and the angle of there will already have been more new sunscreens come out in the market, and then you can actually compare and see कि अच्छा ये वाला जो sunscreen 6 महीने पहले launch हुआ था, is it even worth trying out anymore, and are you still as excited about it now that newer products have come out in the market. I feel that this has been particularly helpful for me, because in most product categories, be it sunscreen, be it moisturizer, any product category that I specifically buy from, I have noticed that there are already products I like there are already face washes I like, there are already moisturizers and sunscreens that I like. So that is why I filter out the ones that I want to try, first of all based on how exciting they sound to me, what is the price point, what brand is it from, does it look like the texture, I mean based on looking at the texture, do I feel like this is something that I'm gonna like, etc. So I keep all of those things in mind, and then I'm like, okay, after all of this thorough research, if I still feel like okay, this is something I'm excited about, then I'll kind of put it on my wish list. And then वो product मेरे wish list में भी काफ़ी टाइम तक रहता है. मतलब if I open my wish list now, there are products which had launched a year ago and they are still on my wish list, which means I haven't bought them yet. And maybe that is because I'm waiting for a good offer to come, or I am waiting that if I have other products in the same category, so I want to like use up those products, and then once I use it up, then I will think about buying new ones in the same category. Like for example, sunscreen, body lotions, I have so many already in my collection, so then I'm like, I don't want to try out a new sunscreen body lotion if I already have 5 sitting around in my collection. And then by the time I use up all the sunscreen body lotions in my collection and I think about buying something new, I would already have a couple on my wish list, and I won't buy all which are on my wish list, right? I'm just going to buy maybe one, ideally speaking, or even if I get super excited, then I'll buy like maybe 2, but definitely not like 3 or not all the ones which are on my wish list. So I feel like if we think through our purchases like this, at least that's how I think through my purchases, and let me know again how you guys decide. Sorry, my nose is a little itchy, but yeah, let me know how you guys think through your purchases and decide what you want to buy. And again, some people are going to be like, if I buy something after 6 months, it's going to be like an older product now, and I'm like, does it really matter whether it's old or new? It should be that you're buying stuff not because it is hyped in the moment or because there is so much buzz created around something, but you're not buying it because you think it's going to be useful or helpful to you. You're buying it because there is so much hype around it and you want to know what the hype is all about. And to be completely honest, if that is what fuels you, is you just want to try out all the new things and see what is good, what is not, and see what the hype is all about, then in all fairness, it works perfectly for you. I have changed in the sense कि पहले I used to feel that way कि I just want to know what the hype is all about. भले वो अच्छा हो या बुरा हो, it doesn't matter. But I'm a beauty enthusiast and I want to try out everything. Now I have changed in the sense that I'm still a beauty enthusiast and I feel like I will always be. But a definition of a beauty enthusiast is not someone who's trying out every single new launch, but is someone who genuinely loves beauty products. That is what a beauty enthusiast is, and that's what it should be. And I want to be more thoughtful about my money in the sense that if you saw my videos a couple of years ago, you would see how many products I used to come across, which I bought and I tried out, and by the way, I bought all of this with my own money. Please keep that in mind. I have maybe gotten 5 products in the entire time that I have been trying out products and creating content. I might have received 5 products till date for free. Like, it could be small samples or it could be the full size, but I have not received more than 5 products till date in so many years that I've been doing this, just for the sake of like creating content and stuff that I have not paid my own money for. Everything else that you see, and I didn't say 5%, I said 5 actual products. मतलब मैं एक हाथ पे गिन सकती हूँ कि मेरे को आज तक कितनी चीज़ें फ्री में मिली है from brands, which could also be PR samples, could also be full sizes, like I said. उसके अलावा जितने भी hundreds of products आपने देखे हैं मेरे चैनल पे अब तक, वो सब मैंने खुद के पैसे से खरीदे हुए हैं. एंड मुझे अब जाके एट द एज ऑफ 25 पैसों की कदर समझ में आई है कि you know how hard you have to work to earn money, and also how expensive it is to live as an adult. By the way, I don't pay any bills at this stage of my life क्योंकि मैं अपने पापा के घर में रहती हूँ. मैं यहाँ पे रेंट नहीं भरती हूँ, मैं कोई घर के खर्चे नहीं उठाती हूँ. मैं इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल, पानी का बिल, मेंटेनेंस बिल, ये सब कुछ मैं नहीं भरती हूँ. तो इसीलिए इट इज़ ईजी फॉर मी टू यू नो जस्ट स्पेंड मनी ऑन सच थिंग्स. बट कल को जब मुझे खुद का घर खरीदना होगा या मुझे खुद के बिल्स भरने होंगे घर के, तब मेरे पास ऐसे ही पैसे खर्चा करने के लिए नहीं होंगे. अनलेस एंड अंटिल आई एम अर्निंग एन ऑब्सीन अमाउंट ऑफ मनी, दैट इज़ अ डिफरेंट थिंग. So that is why I feel like I've realized the importance of money, and why I want to be extremely thoughtful about what I am spending my money on and what I am not spending my money on. And that is why a lot of times you guys even ask me to review certain products, and I am just like, yeah, but this is something I don't feel excited about at all, unless and until sometimes you do, you know, like I remember one of you recommended the lactocalamine gel moisturizer to me to try out, and that is something even I saw and I was like genuinely excited that I want to try this out, and that's why I bought it. But otherwise, a lot of times when you ask me to try out certain products, I'm like, but I have no interest in this, you know, and I don't just want to try out something for review purposes. I want to genuinely enjoy something, and you know, be excited to try out something, and then I will actually buy it and try it out. So I went on a big tangent over here. I feel like I wanted to cover more topics, to be very honest with you guys. So I'm just going to quickly summarize this point before we move on and talk about some more things. So yeah, in short, basically what I mean in essence is that I want to know how you guys you know, react to new launches specifically, and also, are you someone who usually prefers to repurchase your favorite products when it comes to like, okay, I have a moisturizer, I have used up this moisturizer, so now I'm going to try out a new moisturizer, or am I going to repurchase the same one that I know and love? So let me know how you think in terms of your beauty purchases. What do you do usually? Do you repurchase your favorite things again and again and again versus trying out new products, or do you try out new products when you use out use up something that you were currently using in your current rotation? So let me know that as well in the comment section, and also tell me how you you know, react to new launches in terms of do you buy something like more initially when it is all hyped, or do you wait and think through your purchases and then decide what you want to buy and what you don't want to buy? Before we move on to our third point, I just want to quickly blow my nose and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, guys. Let's do some eyeliner and lipstick, and talk about the third and last point. Fortunately or unfortunately, I have to end this video after talking about this. So yes, we will definitely talk about more topics if you guys are enjoying this, and if you want me to continue doing this. Also, if you have any topics that you want me to talk about, then let me know. But our third and last point is going to be about sustainability in the beauty industry. And again, I want to know how you guys feel about this. Is that something that you also think about, and something that you feel like is as important? There are two aspects to sustainability in the beauty industry. The first thing is, obviously, like recycling beauty products. So I want to know whether you guys do recycle your empties and your beauty products, or is it something that you just throw in the garbage, like we do with other stuff. I personally have been recycling my empties for actually a couple of years now. Earlier, I used to do it through Sublime Life when they were still existing and when they were a brand. I feel like that's how I got introduced to recycling empties, is through them. But then when they ran out of business, and even before they ran out of business, like officially, they had stopped their recycling wala program in the middle. So I think when they stopped doing it, I was like, okay, I don't know how to recycle anymore, but I want to still keep doing it because I used to collect like big bags full of empties and send it for recycling with Sublime Life, and that made me actually realize how much like waste we are generating, say in 6 months or in a year or even in a quarter. I feel like even when I do my empties videos, you guys see the number of products, and this year when I do my year-end empties, where I tell you how many beauty products I have used up in each category throughout the year, and then of course we'll do a total of all the categories. That's when we'll actually come to know how many products we use up basically an entire year. At least I can speak for myself, and that really puts into perspective how much waste we are producing as well, right? So considering those things, I feel like it is very important that we take recycling seriously. So yeah, I really want to know how many people are actually recycling, or even if you don't, why are you not recycling? Is it because you feel like you're not producing enough waste where it's important, like it's like just a very small amount, or do you feel like you want to recycle but you don't have the means for it, like you don't know where you can send your empty products and how you can potentially recycle, what are the steps, etc. I feel like whenever I talk about this, I do get questions asked that how, where do you send your recycling, and how do you do it? So basically, I just clean all my empties and I collect them in a bag, and once I have like 1 or 2 big bags full of empties, it depends on how big the bag is as well. If it's a smaller bag, then ideally I would prefer to have 2 bags full of empties, or else just 1 bag, like 1 big bag of empties or 2 smaller bags, whatever is a decent quantity, I would say. And I think I'll just finish my lipstick quickly and then I can talk properly. looks like I am done. By the way, this is the shade Natural Cocoa from Faces, their lip crayons. I will leave a link down below. It's going to be an affiliate link. In case you want to buy it, please use my link. It would be really helpful and it will support my channel. But yes, coming back to what was I talking about? I was talking about recycling, and yes, where you can send your empties. So I collect the empties in 1 or 2 big bags, like I was saying, and then I would, I have the contact of the person basically who looks into this. So the person I am sending these to, it's the like NGO or what do you say, the CSR initiative basically from a manufacturing unit where I mean, I'm sure they have their regular operations, but they're doing this as a CSR initiative, or like I want to say an NGO. I'm not sure which of these two to be very exact, but that's how I found the information from. And the contact person who I'm in touch with, they are basically the head of that initiative. So usually whenever I want to have my empties picked up, it could be like once a quarter, once in 2 months, something like that. And I will just let them know that my empties are ready and you can come pick it up. They usually do it over Saturday or sometimes Sunday, so it's usually over the weekend, and you keep your empties ready. I leave it for pickup, and then there's like a tempo which comes and they just pick it up and they take it. So that's how I've been doing it, and I have the information for the Mumbai region specifically, because different wards in Mumbai, if you're familiar with the geography over here and how it is kind of divided, there are different wards, like different sections which the municipal corporation has divided us into. So for different wards there are different offices basically that you can contact. So if you are living in Mumbai and you're interested in knowing where you can send your your trash, basically stuff that you can recycle potentially, and they actually take a lot of stuff. It's not just like beauty empties that they take. You can also give them like household plastics, you can give them, I think, glass, thermocol, electronics. There's a bunch of stuff. Like I recently asked them if they take glass as well, and he sent me like a whole host of things that they actually do accept. So you can actually send them a lot of stuff. So if you live in Mumbai and you want more information about where you can send your stuff for recycling, then I will definitely share that information with you. The other aspect of sustainability is not just recycling, but I also feel like we have to focus more and more on brands that are coming out with their products in bigger sizes. And I feel like this was not as common earlier, but in the past year or so I have seen a lot of brands come out with their moisturizers in 100-gram sizes. I've seen sunscreens come out in bigger and bigger sizes, and that makes me so excited. I always make it a point to mention these things in my new beauty releases series and the videos. And apart from that, I also feel like we need to start using and buying more of the products that come in more economical as well as in jumbo sizes, which that way I think we're going to be creating less plastic waste as well in terms of our beauty consumption specifically. And I think if we do that, more brands would be encouraged to also come up with their products in bigger sizes. So eventually I want to see like every brand do this. That would be like the ideal goal, to be very honest. But I am very excited to see where this goes in the near future. Another element to the same topic, I would say, essentially is also recyclable, not recyclable, but more so like refillable components. So I think there is a big market when it comes to recyclable components in the Indian space, and I don't see a lot of brands. I mean, yes, Calabar does their refillable lipsticks and stuff, but I want to see more skincare brands also come out with the products in refillable components, where we can actually buy refills to the original product and packaging. Now, I want to say that sometimes in these cases, it can be the case that refillable components don't or basically they're not as eco-friendly and sustainable as we think they are, because it might actually end up creating more plastic waste than in the first place with a non refillable component. So that can definitely be the case. However, if a product is like a bestseller, for example, and you know people are constantly repurchasing and buying these things, like if I'm sure brands have this kind of customer database where they know what product is a bestseller for them, like truly a bestseller, not like they're saying bestseller just to make it more hyped and for more people to think, oh my god, this is a bestseller, we should try it out as well. I'm not talking about that. I'm actually talking about like the top selling products from a specific brand. I feel like those products, if brands are seeing that, okay, our customers are repurchasing this product over and over and over again, I think those products should definitely come in refillable components, because that will hopefully help with reducing plastic waste. But apart from that, it's also going to help with creating this culture in the Indian market and in the Indian economy in general, that is promoting this kind of a culture, like a more sustainable approach when it comes to beauty. I think there is a very big gap in the Indian market, and I'm really excited to see what brands are going to do in the years to come in this space specifically. But I also want to know what you guys think about that. Like, would it encourage you that if your favorite products come in refillable components, then instead of trying out new products, would you actually make sure to repurchase the same product over and over again, versus trying out new products, which then you won't be able to refill your existing component that you have. I hope I'm making sense over here. So yes, that is basically it. I wanted this video to be under 30 minutes long, but unfortunately it isn't. So I'm gonna go now, but I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video, and please let me know your thoughts down below. I want to chat with you guys more about this, and if you watch this entire video and would love me to make more videos like this, then leave an orange heart, not a red heart, even though I'm wearing red today, but I want you to leave an orange heart down below in the comment section, and that way I will know that you watched the entire video, but also you want me to make more videos like this. So yes, with that, I'm going to be ending this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you in my next one. Until then, take care. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.